Your Second Life chat isn't secure, but who cares? Linden Lab's busy matchmaking, and not the good kind. When news broke that Linden Lab had quietly bought a dating AI app called Blush, Second Life residents went into full panic mode. The biggest fear was simple, that our private conversations would be used to train some love-hungry algorithm. It didn't take long for people to light up with speculation. They were imagining their role-play sessions, late-night confessions, and everyday chatter being fed into a machine designed to mimic human intimacy. Linden Lab eventually stepped in to calm everyone down, releasing a statement saying they would not now or ever use Second Life conversations to train Blush AI. They also explained that Blush was just another venture outside of Second Life, which they framed as a normal move for a company exploring new opportunities. The message was clear. Blush is separate, independent, and not connected to Second Life. For Linden Lab, this was business as usual. But here's where it gets messy. That statement completely missed the bigger problem. While Linden Lab promised they wouldn't use our data, they said nothing about how vulnerable it already is. Before we dive into this, let me ask you something. Did you know that your conversations in Second Life aren't even secure? Most people don't. They assume that because Second Life has been around for over 2 decades, the basics, like privacy and data protection, are taken care of. But they're not. While Linden Lab promised they wouldn't use our data, they said nothing about how vulnerable it already is. Second Life chat is still sent across the internet, unencrypted, like it's 2003. Local chat, private messages, even voice, they all travel without protection. It's the digital equivalent of mailing your most private conversations on a postcard and hoping no one decides to read it along the way. No encryption, no safety net, nothing to stop someone with the right tools from listening in. It's a shocking thing to realize, especially in 2025, when even free apps like Discord automatically encrypt their communications. Second Life, a platform that handles millions of real money transactions every year, is still sending your private conversations out there completely unprotected. I've had people ask me to move our conversations to Discord for exactly this reason. Not because we're plotting world domination, but because some discussions simply aren't meant for everyone's ears, especially interviews where sensitive details come up. It's a reminder that some people are painfully aware of how exposed they are, while others either have no idea or just don't care. And that's the core issue here. Discord, a free service, gives you encryption by default. Second Life, a platform that handles millions in real money transactions, still doesn't. That's not just outdated, it's irresponsible. To give some context, Blush AI is a dating simulator originally developed by Luca Inc., the same company behind Replica, a hugely popular AI companion app with over 30 million users. Replica has been around since 2017 and has a reputation for both its emotional support features and serious concerns over user data privacy. Toward the end of August, it quietly came to light that Linden Lab had acquired Blush AI. There was no big announcement, no marketing campaign, just a quiet update where suddenly Linden Lab's name appeared as the developer on the Google Play Store. Naturally, this set off alarm bells. When the company running your virtual world suddenly owns a dating chatbot, people are going to start connecting dots. In today's AI-driven tech landscape, data is the new oil, and Second Life has a massive reservoir of it. Millions of users interacting, role-playing, building relationships, sharing real-life struggles, and creating intimate experiences. From an AI perspective, that's gold. So when people assume their private conversations might end up training a dating algorithm, It was logical. It made sense to ask those questions. Linden Lab's response was meant to put those fears to rest. Blush is independent, separate from Second Life, and there are no plans now or in the future to use Second Life data for AI training. And while that closed the case for many, it didn't address the elephant in the room. The real issue isn't what Linden Lab might do someday. It's what they haven't done for over 2 decades. While the company is reassuring us about what they won't do, they've ignored the fact that anyone with basic technical skills could already intercept our conversations. This is happening in 2025, in a world where even the simplest apps secure user data as a given. It's wild to think that while we worry about AI, we're still having conversations in Second Life with the same level of protection we had back when flip phones were cutting edge. And that brings me to the part that really frustrates me. Linden Lab has the resources to buy a dating AI app, experiment with side projects, and explore new markets. But when it comes to fixing core issues inside Second Life, like encryption, onboarding for new users, or retaining the current user base, the progress is painfully slow. It's like having a house with a leaky roof and faulty wiring. And instead of fixing the basics, you decide to build a hot tub in the backyard. While the company reassures us that they won't exploit our data, they've done nothing to stop anyone else from doing it. This is why the Blush AI acquisition hits differently for me. It's not about whether or not Linden Lab is building a dating bot. It's about priorities. Second Life is a 22-year-old platform with incredible potential, but that potential is undermined when the foundation isn't secure. Let's be fair here. Second Life isn't the only platform with this problem. IMVU doesn't advertise encrypted chat either. In fact, their focus is on securing payments and account access, not on protecting what people actually say to each other. Most virtual worlds and social platforms that started back in the 2000s were built for community and commerce first, and privacy was more of an afterthought. Even major gaming consoles like Xbox lean heavily on moderation and safety tools rather than encrypting in-game voice and text chat. They do a great job policing bad behavior, but that's not the same as securing conversations end-to-end like Signal or WhatsApp do. So no, this isn't just a Second Life issue. It's a broader problem across virtual platforms, where chat security has lagged behind modern expectations. The difference is that Second Life handles real money transactions, adult content, and deeply personal interactions. That raises the stakes. Which brings us to the real question. Could Linden Lab fix this? The answer is yes, absolutely. Encryption isn't some exotic feature only third-party apps can offer. It's a matter of architecture and commitment. Second Life's chat system is old, built in an era when privacy wasn't the priority it is today. For Linden Lab to secure chat now, they'd need to rework how messages travel through their servers, adding proper encryption protocols like TLS. It's not a small job, but it's entirely possible. Right now, using a third-party app like Discord or Signal is the safer option for private conversations, especially interviews or sensitive topics. But long-term, the goal shouldn't be to push users off the platform for safety. It should be to make Second Life a place where you can stay in-world and trust that your conversations are protected. If Linden Lab wants to be taken seriously in 2025 and beyond, that's the standard they need to meet. And Linden Lab, which has always been profitable, clearly has the resources. Instead of prioritizing something as fundamental as chat security, they chose to spend money on acquiring Blush AI, an app with its own questionable reputation for privacy. Even if that app isn't connected to Second Life, where do you think the money came from to buy it? Certainly not from thin air. Meanwhile, land pricing remains laughably unfair. We're still paying more than half the cost of a full region for an homestead that comes with only a quarter of the prims. It doesn't stop there. Linden Lab can also afford to hire a skill gaming manager with a salary north of $200,000 a year, $200,000 for one role. And let's be honest, this person has probably never even set foot in Second Life. Well, virtually, I suppose, since they might not even know what a prim is. But sure, let's throw $250,000 at that position, while the rest of us are paying premium land prices for a platform that still sends our conversations out into the wild west of the internet completely unprotected. Because apparently, making Second Life run properly and safely just isn't as exciting as splashing cash on flashy side projects and executive hires. Anyway, that's my 2 cents for the week. Though at the rate Second Life land prices are going, it probably cost me 5.